All right, let's dive into something that might just change the way you see, well, everything. We're going to explore a really profound idea from Kabbalah that suggests what we see with our eyes is just scratching the surface. It turns out we might all be perceiving the world through a series of spiritual windows that actually shape our entire reality. So let's start with a really basic question. What does it actually mean to see? I mean, really. We think of it as a physical thing, right? Light hits your eyes, your brain makes an image. Simple. But what if that's just level one? What if there are totally different ways of perceiving, different windows we can look through that reveal a reality that's so much deeper?
To really get this, we have to start with a core challenge in Kabbalistic thought. And it doesn't begin with what we can see, but with what we can't. There's this idea of a reality that's so vast, so brilliant, that you can't possibly look at it directly. This is what's known as the problem of infinite light.
And that infinite light has a name, or Ein Sof. Now, this isn't light like from a lamp or the sun. Think of it more like the raw, unfiltered divine energy that exists before anything was ever created. It's pure, limitless potential, the source code of everything. The classic texts, like the Etz Chaim, give us a perfect analogy to wrap our heads around this. Trying to perceive the Or Ein Sof directly, it's literally like trying to stare straight into the sun. The sheer intensity isn't just blinding, it's completely overwhelming. You wouldn't see anything at all. This quote from the Pardes Ramonim just nails the dilemma. To make this infinite light perceivable, you need some kind of filter, but it's a balancing act. If you have too few filters, the light is still way too intense. But if you have too many, you lose the light completely. So for creation to even exist, there has to be a perfectly balanced set of screens.
So how do you solve a problem like that? This is where the Kabbalistic solution comes in. And honestly, it's just beautiful. It's this incredible system of cosmic windows and lenses, all designed to filter, channel, and give shape to that infinite light.
These lenses are called the Sephirot. They're a series of 10 divine qualities or emanations that the infinite light flows through. You can almost think of them as cosmic transformers. Each Sephirot takes the intensity of that divine energy and steps it down, giving it a specific flavor, like wisdom or kindness or strength, and making it usable for the next level down. And this totally reframes what we think of as a window, right? A physical window in your house is just a passive hole in the wall. It lets light in. But a Kabbalistic window is an active filter. It's a dynamic channel between spiritual dimensions that doesn't just let energy through, it actually shapes and defines it as it passes. Okay, so if we accept that reality is being filtered through all these different spiritual lenses, then our definition of seeing has to get a lot bigger. It's not just one thing anymore. Kabbalah actually lays out a whole hierarchy of perception, of sight. You know, the Bible even hints at this. This verse from 1 Samuel points out that prophets used to be called seers. And texts like Pardes Ramonim explain that this isn't just a cool old-timey word. A prophet's sight is a totally different kind of perception. It's a direct, intellectual grasp of spiritual truth that's way beyond what physical eyes can do. This hierarchy really shows the progression. So at the very bottom, you've got physical sight, which is just limited to the material world right in front of us. Then you move up a level to what some call divinatory sight, seeing hidden patterns, maybe through things like astrology. But the highest level, that's prophetic sight. It's a pure intellectual vision that just gets spiritual reality directly. No medium needed. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This is all very cosmic, very abstract, but this is the moment where it all becomes incredibly personal. Because the Kabbalistic tradition teaches that you, the human being, are a perfect mirror of this entire cosmic structure. That ancient principle, as above, so below, is absolutely central here. It means that the entire map of the Sephirot, that whole divine system of filters and windows, it all exists right inside each and every one of us. Our consciousness is a miniature version of the cosmos. The Zohar makes this so concrete. It talks about the openings in our head as the windows of the soul. The 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, and the mouth. These 7 portals aren't just for physical stuff. They are the gateways through which our soul experiences the world, and through which our prayers, our very consciousness can rise up. Okay, so if we have all these windows inside of us, does that mean we can choose which ones to look through? And the answer is yes. This is probably the most empowering part of this whole idea. Perception isn't passive. It's an active, conscious process that we can actually influence. Seeing isn't just something that happens to you. It's an active choice. It's like you're choosing which reality to tune into. By aligning our thoughts, our actions, our intentions, we can literally decide to open a specific window and draw that kind of spiritual energy into our lives. And this is how it gets super practical. The texts even give us a kind of how-to. Let's say you want to connect with the energy of chesed, which is loving kindness. Step 1 is intention. You focus your mind on it. Step 2 is action. You align your physical world with it, maybe by wearing white, a color associated with chesed. That combination of inner focus and outer action is said to create a spiritual resonance. It opens the window to that specific energy and pulls it into your world. And that brings us right back to you. If our reality is truly shaped by the windows we choose to look through, whether they're physical, intellectual, or spiritual, then that leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. What windows are defining your reality right now? And what new ones could you choose to open?
Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.